Hi, this is Stacy of Ellis Family Farms, and as usual, I've hit the floor running this morning. And it's a cloudy day, so the camper's dark. It is what it is. But I can show you a little bit of what I got going before I head down the road to about 20 other things to do. Okay, first of all, we had a thing at church the other night, and Tom decided that we needed cake. So he brought a bunch of it home. I don't know. It's probably going to end up, I don't know where it's going to go. But right here, another friend of ours had a bunch of pears, and they were handing out pears to a lot of people by the bags full. And I've made a couple of pear cakes and stuff, but this is Pear Honey. I've been having it cooked it down, and now I've got it cooked down. I'm about to start canning it. So now I've got to shuffle around. I shuffle a lot. So the cakes are now on the bed, along with the basket of laundry I've got to fold. And here's my canner that I've got to get moved up on to the stove. So I think I'm ready to do that. Alright, that's going. I got 4 pint jars, and I'm going to put the lid on that so that we can get that going. So got the lid on there. This is a little trick, and I think I've shown you guys in the past. And I'll show you where, you've seen where I keep my jars and stuff out there on that white shelf. Well, these are just plain old baggies, and I reuse them over and over and over again. In fact, I could show you. Here's down in here, underneath those canning lids, there's a whole bunch of bags, because I've got a bunch of stuff I've got canned up, so I don't have a bunch of empty jars right now. But I keep those, and even on windy days, and you're going, yeah, it's in a barn. Yeah, but if you look at my barn, it's open most of the time. But even on windy days, those baggies stay on those jars, and that makes it so much nicer and easier to clean up when it's time to use them again. Oh yeah, nice rolling boil. Alright, my timer just went off. The instructions said to process these for 10 minutes. And that's what I did. I like tilting it to get that water off the top. At least the worst of it anyway. Alright, 4 pints of pear honey. I don't know if you guys have ever tried that. It's really good. A few years ago I made some pear honey and I overcooked it. And it was really good, but it was really thick. It was almost like candy. And especially, well, if you kept it in the cabinet, it was not quite as the consistency of caramel, you know, like the kind you chew up that, you know, in a square, but pretty close. If you kept it in the refrigerator, it was a lot tougher than that. But boy, that was so good. Ooh, I already heard one pop. Oh, there's another pop. Excellent. Okay, now I'm in the car. I was glad to get the pears done finally. I know most you all know that I have custody of Kinzie, and I would not have it any other way. I adore that child. But, you know, as with many grandparents, there's a reason that you have your grandchildren, and so I won't get into why we have Kinzie, but I will say that I don't do much to help her parents. They've made some choices that if I want to stay married to Tom, I've got to kind of keep a neutral area, and we can't help them. We can't help them in too many ways, except there's a food bank truck that comes the second Tuesday of every month, and I do get a ticket, and I take them some food. Because that's what I can do. I can't do money. I can't provide them a place to live. When they lived in our house in town, they just completely destroyed it. And there's you know, like a lot of history. But I can take them food, and what they do with the food is up to them. And so that's what I'm doing now. I'm waiting in line to pick up some food to drop off to where he's staying now. Sometimes he stays in a tent. Well, and their mom, she's actually in Poto right now taking care of her grandmother who's getting way up there in years, and so she's actually got a warm place to stay with her grandmother. They have been living in a tent outside of a nearby town for over a year. So like, yeah, and you're thinking, yeah, in the wintertime it got down to 19 degrees and stuff, and those are the choices they've made. So I can't do much about it. And I think David is staying with friends in town right now too. So that's where I'll be dropping the food off, and that's what I'm doing right now. All right, well, I got my workout in, and I did the upper arm or upper body, doing mowing the arms, and then I always try to do an aerobic each day too. And of course, you know me, I do everything in order and have it all written down. So today was called arm ergonomics. I don't know what it was. It's kind of like doing arms with your bicycle, but with your arms. So my upper body has had a workout today. But I have to admit, they got what they call, it's like a hydro massage bed. Yeah. So I ended my workout with that today, and that was pretty nice. While I was in there on the hydro bed, I'm trying to use that time, whatever it is I'm doing after my workout, to do a little bit of meditation and thinking and stuff like that. And I forgot to mention that, well, I listen to a lot of podcasts and do a lot of things, and I was listening, it's a newer one I've picked up, it's called Purpose, and I was listening to some of her early stuff, and she's talking about setting goals and reverse engineering how to get to those goals. And one of the other podcasts I was listening to had mentioned this also, but this girl had definitely gone into more detail. So I sat down last night. Of course, I try to combine it with things, because you also know that we've got the My Three Things with the Living Free in Tennessee group, and so definitely have My Three Things and a million other things too. But it was kind of cool because last night I actually sat down and with a little bit of handwriting and transferring it to a Word document and stuff, what my 3 things are, what it takes to get to those goals, and essentially making them for like 2020 goals. I don't, honestly, if some of it is no way I'm going to get it done in 2020, but it gives me the my 3 things, and then I set them down into goals, and then I reverse engineered it and put in order everything I need to do to get to these goals. And it seemed to work out pretty good. I had a better clarification of what I needed to do. And obviously, clarification makes things go faster. I mean, you got to do it. But if you don't know what you're doing, you're a little more hesitant about getting it done. So I did that last night, and I felt pretty good about it. And then I thought about it while I was doing my thing in the gym today. So thought I'd share that with you. There's a fire up here. I was hoping to talk to these guys about wood chips, but because I want some wood chips for my property. That could be a problem for them because it's spreading pretty fast. Makes you wonder how it started, unless it was yeah, they're about to call the fire department. That could be, that's no fun. Alright, dinner is in the Dutch oven. That is stew meat and celery and some onions and homemade broth and lots of herbs. And then Tom's going to make some noodles when he gets home from work. Noodles. So that we don't have to eat dinner way too late. I got as much done of it as I can, and hopefully he can figure out how to boil noodles, because I'm on the road again to go to a basketball game. Well, I'm not very far down the road, about 1.5 miles. That's alright with me. Okay, here's a joke. Why does a woman over 50 still not have children? Because she would set the baby down and forget what she did with it. Okay, why did I tell that joke? I told you that I had a basketball game a mile and a half away. No, I was wrong, because I forgot that it's in town about 15 miles away. So I had to hurry up. I'm in time, but I had to hurry.